All right, here we go. Today we're going to focus on a color match. Well, it's the end of the day, but I'll give you a brief explanation of that. I use Easy Stain, which is pretty good. I mean, I can make most colors with it. And using the dye, kick our mixer on, I'll show you what we're doing. So I've been tasked to match this random orange shelf. We're adding some trim around an existing job. So I haven't made this one yet before, but I got a piece of maple because that's what the job's going to be. I'll start out, make a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to work our way into that color. So just by looking at it, we know it's very orange. We know what makes orange, red and yellow. So we're gonna kick it off with some red and yellow. I gotta write everything down because if I can't repeat it, then I can't really do it. So on this particular job, we're going to, I have a tablet I use to keep track of all my stuff. Lines and grids. We got the job name casing. And I know that red oxide is very strong compared to yellow oxide, so it's probably going to be 4 to 1. We'll go 4 yellow oxides, and then we will do 1 red oxide. And even with that 1 red oxide, I'm probably still going to be going back and adding a lot of yellow and some burnt umber and other various colors to nail the tone, but that's where we're going to start. We're all mixed up, so next step, let's find us some yellow oxide. Of course, it's basically empty, so I'm gonna have to change that can out. Okay. It's basically how it goes. I'm trying to make a color and so the can's always empty. So we'll crack us a new yellow oxide. Switch our lids. Spin her around. Kick the mixer back on, let that cook for a second. It's nice and quiet in here at the end of the day. That's when I can really do my sample work. Alright, so we're going to do 4 yellow oxides, 1 red oxide. Turn our scale on, that'll help. Alrighty, see what we got in the can. We're going to go 6 yellow oxides. I changed my mind on the fly just by looking at that. There's not enough yellow oxide. So I do this a lot. I get to the scale, I write some stuff down, and then once I see the amount, sometimes I'll change it, which we're going to change it on the tablet so we don't forget to do that. Alright, we'll go 6 of them, 6 yellow oxides, 1 red oxide. Alright, let's dump in our red oxide and see what kind of orange we can come up with. Occasionally, we'll have to get the dyes out to really get the color, depending on how deep of a red or yellow, whatever it is. Grab us a stir stick. I like to tear up my pads here. See if I can find my skizzers. I cannot. So I'll just find me a razor blade and cut it. This is just to not waste a bunch of foam brushes. And when you're doing this, you want to dip out the least amount possible, because if you keep taking a lot of stain out, your recipe is going to be off by the end of it. So we'll just throw a little bit on the end of that. And we'll dab just to see. We're in the ballpark, so we'll go ahead and kick that off. Just using the smallest amount we can get out. Let her marinate for just a second. It's 1,000 degrees in here, so it's drying very quickly. And we can tell already we are way too red. That red is strong. So we're gonna add 4 more yellow oxides and 1 burnt umber. Number 2 plus 4 YO, 1 burnt umber. Take her back over to our staining station. Four more of these guys. There we go. You go over, a tiny bit. It's not the end of the world, but it does vary depending on the color. Brilliant red oxide, they're really strong. So if you go over too much, you're gonna have a bad time. And there we go. There's one of them. Now we got a number 2. Let's see. I still think there's gonna need a lot more yellow oxide. That red is strong. Go ahead and glove up for this. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Yeah, we're going the right way. In old finishes, if it's been setting around long, it's going to have a natural age to a natural patina. So this is how we do it. And if you have that natural patina, get out the gilsonite. That's more like of a translucent color. It's just going to add that kind of yellow tinge to it. And from the looks of it, let's lay it out so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. We're getting close, but we got to hit it with sealer before you can tell that. So not bad. Alright, for our next adjustment, I think we're going to throw in just the tiniest bit of brilliant red, like 0.10. It'll give us that little bit of a pinkish hue I'm catching in there. So I got to write that down. We're going to do 0.10 brilliant red and 2 more yellow oxides. All right, now we gotta try really hard to nail the 0.10 of the brilliant red, because that stuff is strong. It'll ruin your whole batch real quick. All right, let's give her a dollop, you could call it. 0.60. Come on now. Here we go, 0.102, that's pretty close. Figuring out a couple more yellow oxides, because I already know that tiny bit of brilliant red goes a long way. Let's give her another try, y'all. Hey, it's at the end of the day, so I'm not going to make any sealer to really check the color, but this will get me in the ballpark for tomorrow. Because you really can't tell until you put the sealer on it. And also, this looks like a spray stain to me. This is, I'm using a penetrating stain. I can fake them. We're getting there. Man, it might need some yellow dye. So I think I'm gonna look. Honestly, I think we just need to let that one set on there longer, really get in there. And that's another variable that you will have is, you know, just how long you let the stain sit on there can change the entire color. So about a gazillion variables to deal with. But it's trial and error. That's how you get good at it. Do it a whole bunch of times and you will eventually figure it out. There's no real manual for this. We're gonna let it go more than that. So let's let it sit on there longer and then forgot to let it sit on there longer. Now we're gonna let it settle on it. Settle on there a long time. In this heat, a long time is like a minute or two. It's so hot. I'll show you guys some other things I'm cooking up. Well, I think that might cover all today's samples. A lot of odds and ends to knock out. I can see it's starting to flash off a little, so we'll just give it a smear and let it chill a little bit longer. And we'll just work our way. And voila.